Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing and salutations to the hopeful leg out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, real quick, going to a lesson, dealing with these worldly riches, you know, because one thing about it, Esau Edom, has pretty much made money, idol, and as we, mature in the spirit, mature in understanding, as, we learn how our forefathers moved, and as we continue to read, and level up, we see, we develop a new perspective. That's one thing about this wisdom. This wisdom gives us a new perspective on everything, man. And as we learn, money, is needful, but in this society, they teach you to worship money. That's why you have people, praying to money. People, pretty much idolize money, money in their pictures, you know. People, do anything, you know, pretty much live alternative lifestyles and, you know, lose their morals, for the sake of increasing money because they have a love of money, and the scriptures warn us about these things, man, you know. So when you go to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 10, it says, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with the increase. This is also vanity, because the people that love money, they can never have enough, and that's why people have all this excess of money, but they still run themselves raggedy trying to get more, and one thing about this ministry is, and I'm learning as of late, man, like, because I got to go get a spirit, I could be ambitious, I'm a big thinker, which, that's a gift and a curse. All right, just learning how to harness it, in righteousness, So, um, one thing I'm learning is to be content, man. Really, we just need our needs, okay. And the one thing about it, when we cut down on our wants and desires, and uh, not have all these, ambitions of this world, there's a peace that comes with that, man, that money can't buy. Okay. So, the Lord provides, man. He gives us our daily need. We have clothing, we have roof, we have food, a little yayan to drink, a little meat to put on the grill. Other than that, man, like, everything else is extra, man. Just enjoying, the simplicity of life is like a paradise, man. You know, but this society teaches you to go get it, to compete with this person. This phone just came out. This car just come out. These shoes just come out. You gotta get these. This the new vacation hotspot. You gotta go there. You gotta do this. You got 10 million. Well, he got 70 million. So you gotta catch up. It's a never-ending rat race, man. And what for? Because righteousness is not being, expanded in the earth. All these people chasing money and wickedness is increasing, man. It's vain, you know? And it's a burden lifted off us when we're removed from this rat race, man, of this society, man. And just being content in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and he provides. Of course, as a man, as an adult, all right, you gotta, have a practical system in place that brings in revenue. Okay, that's understandable, man. But people, you know, run themselves ragged and give their lives over to that, man. It ain't supposed to be so, man. Okay, working with our hands, that's a part of the that's part of this life, of our current situation, working with our hands. Okay, but not to be overwhelmed with it, man. Okay, not to be all entangled with these things, man. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's get Proverbs This is Proverbs 23:4. It says, labor not to be rich. Cease from thy own wisdom. Don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. Be wise enough to know when to quit. Okay? And that was in the KJV and in NLT, Proverbs 23:4. Okay? Be wise enough to know when to shut it down, man. Hey, you go out there, make moves. There's a time, okay, I got what I need, got a little something put back to sit down. A lot of people, their whole life is based on trying to get a certain amount in their bank account. They have to drive a certain car. They have to do this, because in this society, the more you want, the more energy you have to put into this society. The more you want out of this society, the more energy and time and effort you have to put into this society, man. And I'm to the point now where I'm starting to value money. I'm starting to value time way more than money. Okay? Because one thing about in the kingdom, we're going to have worthless wealth. You see? Things are just going to be brought to us, man. The earth is going to give forth abundance. Everything is going to multiply itself, in the kingdom, man. Okay? I'm going to have 17 different jobs. Okay? All these hustles and, in the kingdom. Nah, man. You see, the Lord's going to set it up. But we're going to have systems of increase, man, of multiplication, of growth, of abundance. You see? You're not going to be concerned. You're not going to be always having to do a math problem in your head. Dividing, adding, subtracting, multiplying, You ain't have to be doing that. You're just going to have, we just going to be. That's the cares of this life. You see, well, you got to be overly concerned about these things, man. Okay? So going back to it. Is it Proverbs 23:5? But thou set thine eyes upon that which is not, for riches certainly make themselves wings, they fly away as an eagle toward the heaven. Because you can spend years building up, money and income, and the Lord can have one situation happen and then just wipe you back down to zero, man. I've been there before. Okay, doing all this, working overtime, getting hustled side jobs, doing this and doing that, and like, yeah, I'm good. All right, now I can do this, I can do that. Motherfucking motor jump out the car, man. This happened, that happened, then it'll race you back down. Then you come to the conclusion, man. Like, it's the Lord's is over this. The Lord is controlling this, man. People think they're gonna outwork, the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. They're gonna hustle. You in the world, you have this mindset like you're gonna hustle away around the will of the Lord. Like, nah, man. The Lord has the last say so. All right, what you gonna get there, man? And our financial and certain situations, Lord be having the last say so. Like He wants us to, the scripture say, little boy, poor, which avoid not laborious work, And scripture tell us, work with our hands, and when we set our hands to do something, do it with all our might, But we do that with balance, man. Okay? While you're doing it, yeah, go hard at it. Be great at it, whatever it is that you do. All right? But don't let that become you. See, the only thing that can become that can become us and we can go hard is this word, this ministry, man, where we can really just be engulfed and become this is this ministry, man. Everything else should have a cap. This is Ecclesiasticus, book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 11. It says, there is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind. Yeah, because their wants exceed, their earnings. And they can earn a lot. There's people that make 6 figures a year and are broke. Okay, there's people that make millions, but they wants, okay, outweigh their earnings, man. And you wonder how he broke, he had all this money, because they're not content. You know, millionaires try to keep up with other millionaires, man. All right, high thousandaires want to live like millionaires. Millionaires want to live like billionaires, man. Okay? So they put all this time and effort into, getting, these riches, okay? But they still in want, because they wants, far surpass their earnings, man. Okay? And that's the trick. That's the trick within the rat race of this society, man. And it's all just to say, look at me. Okay? Vain. Okay? So let's jump down, verse 21. It said, marvel not. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. Okay? So as we trust in the Lord and abide in our labor, eventually we're going to get promoted. And even right now, the Lord will give us, inklings of things. He give us little things, little favor. He show us things now. He'll give us, little things now, but the ultimate, come up and promotion is going to be at the return of Yahweh Shai. All right. And the main labor that we abide in is the truth, is this work, man, this ministry. Okay. And we go make our moves, get our day to day, so we, go make our moves, get our daily bread. And then we tap into the ministry, man. Okay. And eventually, man, we gonna look up, man. we gonna be the kings of the earth, man. It's just patience, man. Consistency and patience, man. It'll take us a long way. Okay. Now, let's get because even in the New Testament, Apostle Paul warns us of these things. It's the book of First Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. It said, for we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out, man. Everything that we get here, okay, is temporal. You see, and people put a lot of stock into temporal things, man. Okay? Hey, the way what money is not going to exist, man. It's not going to be $1, and it's not going to be 1 penny in the kingdom. Okay? This currency of this society, which is going digital, ain't going to be no CBDCs in the kingdom, man. Okay? Now, everything here stays here, man. It's destroyed here, man. Okay? It says, in having food and raiment, let us be there with content. Okay? Having necessities, man. Okay? Having the necessities, man, being content with that, man. And it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. And you see, this is what we see amongst these other camp leaders. Okay? As they chased this bag, they felt, the feeling of having, money, having clout, having fame, being able to do things that you never thought about doing, things you open up to this new lifestyle that you didn't really even know existed. Okay? It can be a deadly thing. Okay? And now you see people's the minds of the leaders start with our people in the world. Okay, the rappers, they done. Big, the pastors, they're done. Politicians, they're done. Their mind is destroyed. Jake that's in Israel, that's getting his money and made themselves a celebrity, in the ministry. You see, they're corrupted. That's why their doctrine is so corrupted. You see, that's why they're off in the spirit. That's why the decision making is off in the spirit, because they're corrupted, man. And what's the number one thing that corrupts them? Money, man. Because what does money bring? Your lust. Okay, it gives you it gives you an elite access to lust, man. Okay, verse 10 it said, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." See, the love of money, not money within itself, because it's a defense. It's a tool. Okay, that's another thing. When you start looking at money as a tool, okay, Like you got it for to make, moves and to, make things convenient, as you maneuver. You see, instead of, something to boast in, and, you know, something to feed your flesh and your lust at all times with. Okay, it gives you a different perspective when you just look at money as a tool. But when you fall in love with it and the lifestyle that it brings, now you're open up to evil, man. Okay? It said, for the love of money is the root of evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Okay? And Jacob's putting himself in a bind for the love of money, man. Prison sentences, death, Jake pushing false doctrine. All this is rooted in the love of money and the lifestyle that it brings, man. Okay, when it boils down to it. You see? And it says, verse 11 says, but thou, O man of the Most High, flee these things and follow after righteousness, man. See, follow after righteousness. The Lord gonna provide. As long as we're following after righteousness, the Lord is gonna provide, man. He's gonna make a way. You see? Godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness, man. You see, the Lord wants to see righteousness established in the earth. He can provide. He can make, come on, man. We're going to be rich beyond measure in the kingdom. We're going to have wealth beyond calculation in the kingdom, man. But it's going to be based on righteousness being established, man. Okay? And the Lord knows we can't pay bills with righteousness. You see? So he's going to provide, practical means for us to, get by. You see? But his number one concern is righteousness, man. Going forth in the earth, man. That's what the Lord's interested in, man. He'll provide everything on the back end, man. But on the front end, he wants righteousness to be at the forefront of our mindset, man. Not chasing the dollar, man. Okay? That's it. Matter of fact, let's go here. We'll end it here. It's the book of Psalms. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong, with making moves, brothers, some sisters, are business savvy, you know. There's nothing wrong with making moves and bettering your situation, all right? Just put things in perspective, putting a balance to these things, man. So we don't get carried away, because it's easy to get carried away. And I know, like I say, speaking of myself, I can tap in. You see? This is Psalms 84 and 11 said, for the Lord power is a sun and a shield. The Lord will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. Okay? No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly, man. So the Lord is not going to withhold us from being able to sustain ourselves, as we fight, all right, for righteousness, man, as we fight to conform to Yahweh, as we fight, for integrity, and we stand for righteousness in this wicked society, man. Okay, with all sincerity, man, the Lord is not going to withhold a good thing from us, man. The Lord provides. He make moves happen, man. And that's the thing of moving in faith as well, man. Because sometimes you think that it's all, I used to think like that, like it's based on my ability to go get it. That's the deciding factor of my situation is my ability to go get it. Okay? Like, nah, the deciding factor is Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Okay? Now, he, like I say, we do have to go labor. We do have to make moves, and, as you work, you learn different strategies of being efficient in different things. Okay? But ultimately, it all comes from the Lord. You see? So I just want to put that out there. Lord will you brothers and you few sisters edified to the next time I say shalom. Kwame Yashala Bible DTA soon.